How to buy your first car. Go to the carsales.com website. Click on Cars for Sale. You'll notice there are over 200,000 cars currently available in Australia, but we will narrow this down to about 6 cars in the next 5 minutes. Let's begin moving through the filters on the left. Don't bother to click on the make at this stage, let's just keep the options open. Next, click on location and type in your current postcode. Select your town and then the maximum distance you would be willing to travel to buy this car. For me, that's about 250 kilometres, which is about a 3-hour drive. You don't want a car more than about 15 years old because cars older than this are more likely to have breakdowns and cause maintenance issues. It's 2023 now. I'm going to set my minimum year as 2003. Now for price, we don't want a piece of junk, so let's set the minimum to around $3,000. We also don't want to overspend. We want something decent that's going to get us from A to B the next few years, so let's set our maximum to about $5,000 for now. Regarding the odometer, this is a reading of how many kilometres the car has driven in its lifespan. You'll generally find that cars that have driven over 200,000 kilometres are also more likely to have issues and cause some maintenance headaches in the future. So let's set our maximum at 200,000 kilometres. A quick point as well is when you are planning on selling the car, try and do so before it hits 200,000 kilometres, because the person buying it will also likely choose this as the maximum odometer reading search criteria. Regarding transmission, it's your preference. You'll probably find automatic is going to cost more than manual. If you have a preference, select it here. Regarding the engine of the car, in the cylinder section, let's look at only 4-cylinder cars for now, as they are generally very fuel efficient and have a wider range to select from. Regarding the style of the car and the body type, this is again a preference, and if you have a preference, you can select it here. At the bottom of the criteria list on the left, you can see an Other option. Open this up and then click Only Show Cars With. In this section, click on the Roadworthy Certificates option. You'll only want to purchase a car with a roadworthy certificate to prove it has been recently tested by mechanics and is mechanically sound, so you are not going to buy a dud. As you can see now, at the top of the page, we have reduced our range of cars from over 200,000 to just 7. You can now look through your options and assess each car for any external damage or any red flags in the descriptions. Try to aim for a common brand and model, as it will be good for resale. Also ensure that you do not buy anything without first seeing photos or in-person proof of all sides of the car. If the ad is missing some photos, you can directly message the seller to request them. Look for things like rust and structural integrity issues. You must also ensure that the vehicle is registered, as you are not legally allowed to drive the car on Australian roads if it is not. Any unregistered car will also be uninsured, and you should never drive an uninsured car. After you have assessed your options in this results page, you can save cars you like by clicking the heart symbol above the title. You can now perform the same search process by using the same criteria on Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace. Remember, cars come and go all the time, so there is no rush to purchase what is available on the first night that you look. But once you find a car that satisfies your criteria and you are happy with it, call or email the seller to arrange an inspection. If you find a car you really like, make sure you complete a REVS check to ensure the car doesn't have a loan against it. You only want to buy a car that is owned outright. You can do this REVS check at revscheck.com. This check costs about $25 and will tell you, once you type in the car's registration number, if the vehicle has any debt against it, if it has been stolen before, if it has never been written off, if it has been in an accident, if it's currently registered, its true odometer reading, and if the car has ever been recalled back to its manufacturer for a fault rectification. Avoid buying interstate, as the cost of transferring the registration across to your state can be considerable. Prior to inspecting. Prior to inspecting, discuss with the seller whether you are going to be transferring the ownership in the moment via paperwork or online. Before inspecting the vehicle, ensure you have confirmed with the seller whether the payment type will be cash, cheque or bank transfer. If it is a bank transfer, then you'll need to ensure that the money has landed in the seller's bank account before you can leave with the vehicle. Confirm that you have the funds to not only pay for the car, but the stamp duty applicable upon the ownership transfer. Confirm that you both have your driver's license present. Here are the things you need to check when inspecting the car. Check that your car has a jack, a spare wheel and a wheel brace, which is the device that you use to undo the wheel nuts. Upon inspecting the car, bring an experienced adult with you, preferably a parent, to assist with the assessment of the vehicle. If you don't have an adult who can come with you, you can book an RACQ or equivalent vehicle inspection representative to assist you to assess the car. Also have this person test drive the vehicle, as they should be able to identify any potential issues. Check if the vehicle has a service booklet showing how often it has been serviced in the past. It is ideal to have proof that the car has been serviced regularly to ensure that it has been well maintained. Take a copy or a photo of the seller's driver's license to ensure you have proof of their identity should there be any issues with the ownership transfer. Make sure the vehicle you purchase is insured before you drive it home. You will need basic third-party coverage as a minimum. Third-party insurance cover means that if you are involved in a collision, that the other person's vehicle is covered, but your vehicle is not. And that concludes the video. Feel free to put any questions in the comments below, and you can find a printable to PDF of a checklist of all these points in the description below. You may even wish to bring the checklist to the inspection with you. You've been listening to Colin from Simon's Property Investing. Enjoy driving, and I'll see you in the next one.